Hey, welcome back to Milton Daily Homes. Chuck here. We have a list of 9 properties, and just a reminder to sign up for the Milton buyer class. It's coming up in 48 hours or less, depending on when you're watching this. But we're going to go over all the steps, the costs, how to get free government money, how to find out about homes early, how to guarantee your agents protecting you. We go through about probably 50 slides from real-life home inspections, things that you should watch, because if you don't have a chance to do a home inspection because the market's so crazy, you at least need to know what to look for. And so all of that is on Saturday. It's about probably 2.5 hours. That's usually how long it takes with questions. And you can sign up at miltonbuyerclass.com. There's no cost to attend. We just ask you to bring a food bank donation, and we're going to give you a really nice manual, full color, printed. Take it home with you, and it has most of the main points that we talk about in the class. So let's do this. Now this one at $1,370 Costigan, as far as I know, is not registered yet. I think this is an assignment sale, and that's always an interesting thing. There's an occupancy period that most people don't know about when they buy new construction condos. So when your unit's done, the builder will make you take occupancy. At that point, you're paying the builder's interest on their loan for the whole project. You're paying anticipated condo fees and anticipated taxes. And so, it's that's tough, right? Like, you're essentially renting a place that you don't even own until the building is complete, all the paperwork's gone to the town, and it's considered registered. And so you can see things like Corporation 00, property management has not been assigned. A condo is really, it's a business corporation, so it has a profit and loss. It has, it has assets in the form of a reserve fund. So when they have to do the roof or the windows or repairs, they dip into that fund, so they don't need to come to every owner every time and say, look, give me $10. I got to fix this thing. And there's a proper budget. A condo building, everything has an age. The stucco here might last, 40 years, and you've got the brick that might last 110, and windows that'll last, 20. And so they budget all this stuff out, and they say, okay, this is our cost allowance over the next 20, 40, 50 years kind of thing. And then they say, okay, this is how much condo fees should be for, if there's no pool in here, but, it'd be a cost. Security guard would be a cost. And they spread that out over the owners too. So that's a bit about how that works. But to make a long story short, buying an assignment means that someone hasn't closed on it yet and they want to sell it. So there's usually a pretty high level of motivation. There's a tax repercussion for a seller, and there's also, if you take on the assignment and it's registered, you're going to have to pay things like land transfer tax and closing costs too. So they're complicated agreements. You definitely need a specialist who deals with it, and it's not me, but I know people who can do it. So if you're ever in a position where, especially with a condo, because there's that time period called occupancy that you don't find in a freehold home, let me know and I can help you out. Now this is an 840 square foot home asking $500,000. This is the new Sutherland building. I believe it's registered. You can see Charlton standard condominium plan. This is offensive pricing to me. I mean, I know what else is sold. I mean, we're talking in this building for $500,000. There was a unit that was like 1,300 square feet. I'm not even going to look at the pictures. This is just so far beyond anything that I would consider realistic. I know it has the higher ceilings being on the 4th floor, but I don't think this price is anywhere near where they should be listing.
Never gonna get it, never gonna get it.
Now here we go, another lie. Martha Stewart does not live here. Kidding. I know what they were trying to say, but it's interesting. Martha's getting kind of old. I don't know if I would use her as the bastion of style and chic and sophistication, but
Never have I ever sexted. Martha, you've sexted? Do you know what that is?
I have used.
To who? Is it someone current or is this a while ago?
It doesn't say none of your business here.
This home's been really well done. Dredge court, so it's Madame home. This room is kind of a weird room. Like, it's only 6 feet by... Actually, no, sorry. It's 8 feet by 5.58 feet. Like, what do you do with that? Like, you could maybe do an office, right? But it's not big enough for a kid's playroom. You could put a bench here so you can just put your shoes on. But then it's like, you know, it's 50 square feet of wasted space. That's what happens with a lot of the new homes. As the lot shrinks, you start getting these weird rooms that show up, especially in the front of the house. So, nice finishes here. Glass shower. They put the money in the basic upgrade. Well, not basic. They put the money in the upgrades, but then they've also, you know, got the style. Remember, the furniture doesn't come with the home, so you really got to detach yourself from all the possessions in the home and look at things like the counters, cabinets, flooring. Paint is easy to fix, but like look at that stuff and say how much is really that worth versus a basic home, and how much would it cost to turn a basic home into something like that? In most cases, I would rather, especially in this market, because there's a huge premium that exists for like the really sexy move-in ready ones. I think the best opportunity for a buyer right now is to find the ugly home. Smells like smoke, terrible. You can fix the smoke smell. You can fix paint. It's not hard. And then you make it exactly how you want it. And oftentimes that's the only way right now to get a really good deal. Savelii, and as soon as I saw it's over 2,000 square feet and semi-detached, 6 is not going to be the first digit on this one when everything's said and done. Semi-detached wide, that's a 30-foot lot is wide. They put detached homes on 30-foot lots right now. It is a busy street. I can guarantee this one's going to sell for more than 7. Mockridge is 2193 square feet. It's plan 5. And how you can always tell this one is that the staircase is in the back between the family room and the kitchen. Almost every other home that's built, every other floor plan is the stairs are somewhere kind of mid to front of the home. You can see from this shot, it's an 8-foot ceiling. There's not super fancy finishes in here. There's a couple of upgrades. Lights have been switched around on the main floor. You get a decent sized washroom upstairs. This model comes in a 3-bedroom plus a den, and also depending on if you want to close the den off, then it's a 4th bedroom, and that's what they did here. So it's a 4-bedroom design. And the other thing is, if you look down here, full does not mean finished. Full means that the basement covers the whole footprint of the home. That's something we always coach people through. $839 seems like an appropriate price for this home, given what's going on out there. And the next one on Rule is 2436 square feet, $879.9, and I've talked about this floor plan many times. It's the plan 7, and has kind of a choppy layout on the main floor. I've walked in and loved it, and I've walked in and can't stand it. And it's the same floor plan, so it's I think a lot has to do with how people set the rooms up. This one has the basement suite with the separate entrance, and here's the thing: this one was listed less than 24 hours ago, and let me just pull it up here. So I'm gonna move you over to the other screen here. When agents receive a bully offer, they don't always do it, but there's an article in the Toronto Star. I'm going to put a link to it, but they should notify all the other agents that have shown it. Anyone who's expressed interest, they should say, look, I got a bully offer. There's often not enough time. Here's the thing. This one had 3 preemptive offers, finalizing 11:59 p.m. on February 22nd. So I'm guessing with 3 competitive bully offers that they would have sold it last night. But that just it shows how fast the market is, and it shows that even if a home is holding back on offers, you gotta jump on them fast. You gotta get in and see them, so at least you're on that notification list, so people will let you know if they do receive a bully offer. Next up is Fleming Drive. So you've got 3,200 square feet, you got a pie-shaped lot, you got a pool, and you're in the Dempsey neighborhood, which I consider to be the most convenient location in all of Milton. You can walk to the GO train, you can walk to the library, Center for the Arts. 401 is super easy to get onto. All the shops along Maple, it's all within, you know, a pretty short distance. I don't know if I love this bookshelf here, if it's built in, because now the window looks like it's not in the right spot, but it is handy to have an office. They have rebuilt this kitchen from scratch. This is not a standard builder kitchen. They've basically taken everything and started over. We've got a nice looking range here too, the hood fan. Kitchens, bathrooms are the most important rooms in a house, and I have a feeling the pictures look a little washed out. I have a feeling if you went and saw this one in person, it would kind of jump out at you a lot more than these pictures. I mean, you hope that the pictures are a fair representation. I'm almost thinking, I haven't seen the home, but I'm almost thinking this one's going to look better in person based on just experience. So you can see how wide the lot is here. It's great when you have a backyard that the pool doesn't even dent this backyard. Look how big it is. So that lot plus the pool is worth, you know, in today's market, call the lot alone like, you know, $50,000. The pool in a situation like this where everything else works so well is probably reaching its max. Easily in the backyard, that's $100,000 more than, you know, and a 3,200 square foot home now. You know, we just saw one 3,300 with a finished basement. This doesn't have it. Pie shaped with a pool. And even backing onto the school, that one just went for 135. So I could easily see this one on offer night going for, you know, 1.3 is definitely a possibility on something like this. Last one is Appleby. I was reading the description here. I think there's a lot to this one. Like, it's got geothermal heat. You're making $13,500 a year, which is like a part-time job for the solar system. So taking that into consideration, I mean, even on an investment property, if you made income of that much, it would change the value of a house by a rather significant amount. So pretty cool looking place. There's a second home here. So, I mean, this is the kind of home that you really can't summarize in 400 characters and 20 pictures. It just doesn't. Now, there's some cosmetic things, like that bathroom looks a little bit dated, but for the amount of size and all the things that you get here, it's pretty cool. So, interesting location as well. This is the property right here, and so you really have road access pretty much from here. The driveway goes right along, right next to the neighbor here, and then you start to get more privacy. This is train tracks right here, so you're probably going to get some noise. It looks like most of the house and everything else is right by the train tracks, and you have the 401 here. So you've got a bit of trees and you've got some coverage here, but I'm guessing you're going to hear the 401 too. Look how close it is to the ski hill right here too, Kelso. So, I mean, that is literally walking distance away. I mean, it's really something, you know, it's fantastic. So a lot of things going on in terms of noise and different factors there, but also convenience, and I don't know. It's a pretty cool one. I mean, there's not a lot of homes like this out there too, and it's not that far from town. Here's the thing I'm not sure about though: it's a 1-bedroom home, so that's, you know, that might be something that's you know, I'd have to see what it looked like, honestly. So you've got ground level here, all the rooms, and then you have this master that's like 500 square feet of space. It's interesting. Okay, so that was a bit of a blah, blah, blah episode, but I hope you got some good information out of it, and we're going to do some more blah, blah, blah on Saturday at the Milton Buyer Class, and we're going to teach you a ton of stuff. We've had people that have bought 5-10 homes, and they've said, wow, this class, I wish I knew it the first few times I bought homes. So people still learn stuff even if they're not a first-time buyer. First-time buyers like drinking from a fire hose. Everyone else still gets a ton of stuff though. So anyway, miltonbuyerclass.com. We'll see you tomorrow.